In this video, I'm going to be trimming and pruning some of my Tradescantias. It's a lot of fun and super easy. Keep me company. These are several strands of two different types of Tradescantia. This one is just the purple heart, and this other one, believe it or not, is the Nanouk. But since I hurt my arm, I just left it in a corner and it has been thriving. This is one of the most beautiful and easy to care plants, indoor or outdoors, because bad dirt or good dirt, soil, no soil, water, no water, even lack of good sunlight on it, and they are still growing and thriving. Unfortunately, they get a little leggy because they are trying to chase the sunlight. So today I'm going to be clipping them so it looks bushier over here, and the leggy parts I'm going to be planting over here in a different container so I can grow and propagate a different type of Tradescantia in this other pot. I am going to try some in water, which I know it works both ways, some in water and some in soil, just to show the difference. So here we go. The way that we can propagate easier is to go in between the nodes, especially if they're going farther away, like in here, which the leaves should be closer to look bushier and prettier. Well, prettier in my opinion. So you cut in between the nodes. I have a little pair of scissors. You can use a blade if you feel comfortable with it. I prefer the scissors. And you cut as close to the node that you plan to keep in your current pot. And the rest, I think I'm going to leave it at this point. And the rest, you have to, unfortunately, sacrifice for the next bloom or propagation. So the stem is super fragile. You have to be very careful, and it's easier if you trim or peel very gently, or if you actually just cut it. And from there, if you can see closely, if you see these little fibers over here, that is what is going to become roots for the next propagation on this stem. It's going to release a little bit of the sap. So in case that you're allergic to it, which I am not, just tap it with a napkin so you're not in contact directly with it. And well, I'm going to keep clipping before putting them in the water. This one is slightly thicker, which is a little bit older, but I'm going to use the remaining of this other part. So I'm going to clip over here. So I'm cutting right here on this node, and it's going to grow a new part right there. And for the next one, although this leaf is thick and still looks healthy, unfortunately, because of all of this part that is an extra part, we have no use for it. The plant will rot if we put it either in soil or water. So we have to clip it close to it. That part has to be sacrificed along with a leaf, which in this case seems like it's going to be two leaves. I'm just going to cut it instead of pulling it. And this other little leaf, we don't want the tiny leaves either in soil or in the water because they will rot and then we will have a problem. So there we go. This is another piece to put for propagation. I'm going to cut right here on this one. close to the leaf, so the leaf doesn't have some random chunk growing from there. And we remove the leaf, one or two, and put it over here to the side. This is a beautiful leaf, and it has a purple lavender behind it, so I don't want to get rid of it. I probably will. Well, this one is not as pretty, although it's gorgeous. It's really hard for me to trim them, but I have to. So, well, okay, we're going to go on this one, right here. Then remove the leaf and put in the pile to be growing the next generation. This over here, look at this, it's so beautiful. The Tradescantia Nanouk is so gorgeous. It has pink stripes, lavender blush, the bottom is purple, and the stem is a very delicate green. It's just gorgeous. This is a little example of how easy they grow. At one point, this little stem broke, and it has been thriving by itself just on top of the dirt, sitting in here, and it was growing some new little roots and leaves very slowly. But see the baby leaf? And this other one has another baby leaf. All they need is more sunlight, because the spot where I had them was not so great. For the one in dirt, I am just going to be adding a little bit of water, making a mess on the table. And since the stems are very delicate, I poke a hole with my finger and then put gently the propagating little cutting. And these other little ones that have been thriving by themselves, I will just, well, first I'm going to cut this fiber from the middle because it's all dried out and it's kind of sticking them together for nothing. Well, I'm going to leave that other one. This little leaf I will get rid of. And little dirt. This one over here, same thing. A tiny little space in the dirt, and I cover it, and that's it. And as a side note, for those that ask, are the Purple Heart deer resistant? Usually you read, yes, they are deer resistant, but I am here to tell you they are deer resistant until the deer get hungry. This summer was particularly bad, and the deer came and chewed on everything. So this is the one Purple Heart I had outside, and as you can see, it didn't fare so well. I'm going to baby it indoors for a while, so you can grow back again. But, well, that's what happens when they are hungry. Other of my Tradescantias that I am propagating is this one, which is the Zabrina. And this other one, I believe the name is Snow Queen. Oh, the flowers don't last too long, but they're so beautiful. This one is all green and the flowers are white. They last probably a day or two, and so cute. See, there was another flower. I had this little wire in here because I didn't want them to be sinking. But they are doing great. So cute.